Chincha Chincha Samashara Nikanam Shiru Bhaktanam Govinda Vidam Budgalam Varachana Bhaktan Vitam Sundaram Vande Vishwaguram Chitri Bhagavad Gita Jai Shri Gurudev, Jai Shri Guru Maharaj, all the assembled devotees ki jai, Namacharya Shri Haridas Thakur ki jai, Harinam Sankirtan ki jai, Ita Go Premanandi. So the devotee asks a question. He says, Shri Guru Maharaj, some time ago I was told that if one is not struggling in Krishna consciousness, it is not a good thing. Should that be the condition of someone who is striving to be Krishna conscious, that he is struggling? So this is a very pertinent question. But who in this room is not struggling in their Krishna consciousness?
Well, like right now?
In general.
Like general. Yeah. Now we're supported. In the association, it sometimes feels easy. But when you're not in the association, it feels very difficult.
Jai.
So this is the reason why our acharyas, Gurudev was so happy to see so many God brothers, God sisters, friends coming together to chant. He was always so happy. So happy at the mandir, so happy anywhere, come together because sang kirtan together, glorify the name. So Guru Maharaj is going to answer this question, struggling. He was told if one is not struggling in Krishna consciousness, it's not a good thing. Sri Guru Maharaj says here, when a devotee is trying to conquer his senses, that means the lower nature, conditioned nature, when he is trying to conquer the influences of karma, krodha, lobha, moha, madha, matsara, these are all the base energies that we find in the human play. And what are those? Lust, anger,
greed,
madness, illusion, and envy. And every single one
Vinada
is So, all those qualities, every one of us are in that play of dealing with lust, anger, greed, dhanavad. Do we have any more questions? No.
Yes, we've got plenty back.
Yeah, okay. We're reading from Heart and Head called The Sweetest Struggle. So, everyone, as a sadhaka, we're all having some, to varying degrees, dealings with lust, anger, greed, madness, illusion, and envy. So the question has come up, struggling in Krishna consciousness is, if you're not struggling, it is not a good thing. Because generally struggle means some progress. Just like we know the example in the gym, like if you're exercising or a runner, you have to go through training and then there's sore calves, sore ankles, sore feet. But you're training in order to become conditioned in a positive sense toward becoming a progressive runner. So you see like a baby crawls, like falls over, graze, scratch, so many stages. So the struggle means progress actually. So struggling with what? Lust, anger, greed, madness, illusion, and envy. All of us as conditioned souls are dealing with these enemies. So Guru Maharaj is saying at that time in the struggle, he cannot avoid. Progress means a struggle. So it's not like, oh, I'm struggling, no one else is struggling, I'm struggling. No, we're all struggling. We are struggling different kinds of stages. And this happens, the struggling stage happens in the stage of Madhyama Adhika, the intermediate stage. Generally, that is the time of difficulties. In Kanishta Adhika, Kanishta means the beginning stages. In the lower stage, one does not concern himself with the stage of his progress. So one's not so concerned. Progressing, not progressing. But in the stage of Madhyama, then he begins to concern. Then he thinks, am I getting devotion or not? Am I progressing? Am I becoming free from these natures, lust, anger, greed, madness, illusion, and envy? So this is, I often bring this up in classes, the progress report, the reflection. Are we inspired in spiritual development and getting to know, to understand what is God? Are our relationships with our God brothers and God sisters, is it harmonious, sweet, progressive? So in the Madhyam stage, these questions begin to become asked. So in Kanishthadika in the lower stage, one does not concern himself with the stage of his progress, or if he is getting devotion or not. With a peaceful mind, he is engaged in archan, daily worship. or whatever may be his service. But when the stage of Majjhima Adhikar begins, real struggle begins in one's life. He will have to adjust many things. And you see now, like, that we're in these stages, in the stages of adjustment. He will have to adjust many things.